I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Westminster Community Theater for the opening of Rehearsal for Murder. My name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Scott Finn. I am the director for Rehearsal for Murder. It's a play written by a playwright who had written a play a year ago, and after that play, his fiancée was murdered, but they called it a suicide. So he writes a new play to sort of out the killer, because he's convinced it's a murder and not a suicide.
Why did you choose to do a play like this?
Actually, I did not choose this one.
The artistic director chose it.
The artistic director or the board of directors here chose it, and somebody else was supposed to direct it, but they lost that person, so they asked me to direct it. So
well, you could have said no.
No, I really wanted the chance to direct because I've been acting for 11 years, and I've always wanted to direct, and so when they offered it to me, I accepted. So,
what kind of challenges do you get from doing a play like this?
The majority of the challenges you get are the different personalities that you're dealing with as actors. Trying to make everybody happy. It's not always the easiest thing to do. But for the majority of this cast, everybody was pretty decent to work with.
Okay. Were you involved in the casting?
Yes, I cast the entire show.
What do you look for in your casting?
I generally look for experience first, and then we have cold readings, and I try to see if what I'm envisioning for the show, if that person sort of fits the mold for what I'm looking for, and then talent as well. Okay. Obviously.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Jonas Snyder. It's been a while since I've been back on stage, since 2008. I haven't been on stage since then, and this is my first time. I played Frank Heller. He's a guy that has been struggling as an acting career. He's been driving a cab for quite a time, and this is tried a way to make some money, was be hired as somebody else.
Yeah, actually, of all the people that I see in the play, you actually do some real acting in there.
Really? What's real acting?
Well, no, I mean, first of all, you're pressed with emotion and all that. You know, opposed to other people who are basically just kind of going through it, because not a whole lot of action happens in a murder mystery. Not a whole lot of character development. Not a whole lot of that. So actually, I'm surprised that you have that much development, considering you don't have as much experience in acting.
Well, thank you. That's a very nice compliment. I did a lot of studying when it comes to learning, about struggling actors, maybe. And even this week, I've been driving a lot back and forth to L.A., so maybe I got the feel of a taxi driver dealing with L.A. traffic, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That and, for some reason I really bought into this character, and I really felt the character quite a bit, so it was really enjoyable for me to be casted for this part.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
I'm Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Paul Van Der Roost. I've been acting since I was 15 years old, so for the last 37 years. I have a degree in theater from Eastern Michigan University, and I own and operate a murder mystery dinner theater in Long Beach, so I am familiar with the murder mystery genre. I play the police lieutenant, so I arrive at the apartment when the suicide, murder, death occurs, and then I show up in the second act as a surprise.
You actually don't have that much lines. You're more of an ensemble player.
Exactly. I'm probably the smallest part in the show, but it's a lot of fun to play.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Hi, I'm Lisa March. Nice to meet you. I originally started doing theater in Buffalo, New York. It was my major in college, and after a while I ventured out to California and started doing local theater here in Southern California.
And which character do you play?
Monica Wells. Monica Wells is a very famous film actress who has decided to try theater for the first time, and while in rehearsal she falls in love with the playwright.
So what do you think about murder mysteries? Again, I've seen them in theaters. I really don't see that genre out anymore in popular films.
I think that's a shame because they're a lot of fun. It's very intriguing, and it keeps the audience interested in what's happening. And then there's all these other side people coming in and their little side stories and who could have done it. And I love them. I think they're a lot of fun.
It was kind of interesting. I guess you can't. I guess we can't really give away too much of the play, but I actually enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Chiquita Fuller. I've done mostly TV and film. This is maybe my third theater show, and it's my first murder mystery type show. The rest I've done have been either comedy or drama.
Which character did you play?
Bella Lamb. I play the producer. She is the best friend of the lead character, Alex, and she produces most of his plays. Mm-hmm.
So why do you want to get into theater opposed to concentrating more of your time on television, film? Because there's more money and there's a lot more fame in it, too.
Actually, it is. With theater, I use theater as my acting class. Theater helps me keep my, acting chops up as to compared to going to acting classes. I prefer doing theater because it's live. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
My name is Stephen Carver. I've done a little bit of theater at the Long Beach Playhouse, done 5 or 6 shows there with the director of the show, including Sherlock Holmes, The Last Adventure, and a couple of other plays, and this is my first show here at Westminster. I play Alex Dennison, the playwright. Alex is a playwright who's written several Broadway plays. At the beginning of the play, we find out that he has written a new comedy called Chamber Music. And his girlfriend, his fiancée, is the star of the show, and then shortly after that, she is no longer among the living, and the rest of the play is to find out if she was killed or if she committed suicide, as everybody expects. So that's basically the synopsis of the play. Short and sweet.
Yeah, actually, again, not that big a fan, I guess, of murder mysteries because there's not a whole lot of character development. But actually, your character did do a bit of acting in it.
Well, thank you. I think Alex has he's created a plan. He believes he knows who the actual murderer was, if there was a murder, and he has brought all of these people together in the play to unmask that person in a very theatrical way. So it's a play about a play within a play. That's what I like to think of it as.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
My name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Rick Reichman. I've been acting since I've been in high school. I came out here about 4 years ago and started doing community theater. I love acting. It's kind of what I do in my spare time now. Maybe looking to do a little bit more with it. Some film maybe later on. But that's basically for me. I play Lloyd. I play Lloyd in this one. I played Larry in the last one. Lloyd was the director of this play that went on Broadway, and it didn't do very well. So he comes back a year later to see everybody that he met before and go through this ordeal, which is basically just being accused of murder with everybody else. Pretty much what Lloyd goes through. There's a lot of fun to play the character. He has a couple of blow-ups, which is not something that I normally do, so it's good to get a little bit of drama out of it. Usually, the community theaters do a lot of comedy around here, so it's nice to do a drama.
You actually enjoyed your performance.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So basically, how do you get into character for somebody? I mean, I guess if you're a director, you've been around a lot of directors and all that. Well, how do you get into character for something like this?
I haven't been a director. Me personally, I've never been a director. It's just kind of looking at the words and trying to figure out what the meaning behind the words are, and just kind of trying to put yourself in that position of what would you do as if you were accused of murder, and how would you react? But it's also kind of how would this character react? So there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of background work that you need to do before you get into character to figure out where that is. There's not a lot in this script, which actually tells you where he comes from. So there's a lot of things that you have to imply, whether or not he's aggressive or timid or his relationship with Monica, what his relationship was. All we know is that it was, professional. But, there's so much more to it. There's a lot of depth to it. And you just kind of have to feel it out and see how it fits within the text of the play. So.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Rehearsal for Murder will be playing at Westminster Community Theater from April 10th to the 25th. For more information, go to www.wctstage.org or theorangecurtainrev.com.